Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. So this video is going to be I don't know if I want to use the word combination, but it's going to be about power and the softness of healing. I could probably call it the softness of power, or rather the power of softness. Now the same thing that I'm using, I don't want to use the word thing, but the same subject I'm talking about, it comes from being completely soft, completely and totally letting go. For a lot of people, it is kind of an odd, how to explain this? It's an odd introduction and even more odd realization when they finally understand power comes from softness. Another way of saying that is complete neutrality. Now, the word power may not be the right word. I'm hoping to find a better word because it is very, very powerful, but it's not. I think it's beyond power. What I'm trying to describe, and I will get into it, it comes from gentleness. Now, what this video was originally meant to be about, because this is the core of where everything I do comes from, is it's meant to be about helping you, to show you a healing technique that I do to heal myself, to heal my emotions. So number one, this video originally was supposed to be about just the healing aspect of a technique that I wanted to talk to and share with. But the realization came up, the funny thing is that's where all my power comes from. I mean, all of it. Like, this is how I do my energy healing. This is how you gain more social power. People start to look at you differently. And I'm going to break it down I'm going to give you a reason, and you're going to be like, oh, that makes sense. No wonder why people look at you in a different light. So Anne, she has been with me in public about 3 times now, and something really, 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 really stood out this time. She saw it the first 2 times. In fact, she even mentioned it the first 2 times. I think it was really this time where it just kind of hit her like, why is everyone staring at you? So there's a technique that I've been using for decades now, something that it is my number one, it's my go-to. I've even shared it with you on this channel. And the thing about it is, not only does it heal your emotions, now it takes time, it's not a quick fix or anything like that. You do have to kind of be with it for a period of time, and you're going to have to keep revisiting it for other parts that need to be healed inside you. Now here's the funny thing, this clip right here is it's funny because this is what causes this. One thing I'm going to say before it gets to the answer right here, I am completely soft right now. God hides lions inside of lambs. So I'm going to use a overall general title. It's internal awareness. So there's a series of techniques that I'll use depending on what I'm needing to do to emotionally ground myself or to heal an issue that's coming up that got triggered. And the funny thing is I wish I was this good at this when I was back in my boxing, kickboxing, and wrestling days, because I am so relaxed. I am so loose. And you might be thinking, wait a minute, you don't want to be like that when you're fighting. Yes, you do. Every coach I had in boxing and kickboxing, and I think even in wrestling sometimes, and I think even in football, let's stick to boxing, kickboxing, they would just like, stay loose, stay loose. A lot of times, like in the beginning when you're younger or early on in the fight game, you go out in the ring, you're terrified, you are scared, and you tighten up, your muscles tighten up, your breathing tightens up, so you get tired fast, and you can't throw your punches as fast. Everything is tight, so it's not only slower, but you lose because you're holding back a lot of power. And it's not that you're holding back, it's that you're tightening up, so that keeps you from snapping it out naturally, quickly, with power. So I'm going to say something real quick. I remember the first fight where I just let loose. I completely, now key phrase, I completely let go, and I just snap, 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 snap. Everything, my movement, everything was quick, fast, natural. It was just, everything was in sync. It was the most incredible thing in the world, and I just pounded on this guy. Forgive my words, but man, I outmaneuvered this guy. I out-techniqued this guy. I was on target, like everything. My power was incredible, just like when I was at the gym working on a heavy bag. So from that point forward, it was all about loosening up for me. So I would stretch for 40, 45 minutes, an hour before the fight. I would warm up. I'd do my deep breathing techniques. I mean, that's all I did was loosen up, loosen up, loosen up, because you have a lot more power, a lot more speed, and a lot more endurance. Now, I do believe on the planet there is a shift that is happening. And because of that, people are starting to notice people like me. Here's what I mean. Okay, it sounded very egotistical, but it's not. Okay, so you essentially have two energies on the planet. You have the male push energy, and you have the female receiving or pull energy. This is called the push and pull energy, okay? So every human being on the planet is used to your energy pushing them, like you're leaning towards them, you're talking, it's literally you concentrate your energy and you push them in their face, their eye, or push into their body. You might push their energy into any of the holes that they have in their energy field. And everyone is used to this. This is just what it's like going outside. But then there's the other side where you have the pull energy, where this is what we would consider manipulation. The other form is male. It's obvious. Everyone knows what they're doing. They're pushing you. They're trying to control you. Whereas the pull energy, it's a little bit different. It's a little more subtle, but they're pulling you. They're trying to jerk you around. So every human being on the planet is used to this. This is just the way humans have been interacting for, I don't know, depending on what your belief is, 5,000 years or hundreds of thousands of years that we've been here. So essentially, people have been playing this tug of war with each other, pushing or pulling. We are coming out of the Pisces age, the Pisces era where it's kind of dark, it's murky, and it's literally like okay, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, the Dark Ages was back in, I don't know, the 1300s or 1400s. It's not. We are just now, we literally just came out of the Dark Ages, probably the last 3 years, 2 years. Technically, it started around 2012 or maybe a little before, a little after, depending on who you talk to. But we are just now going into the wide opening of the age of Aquarius right now. So the age of Pisces was the push-pull era. It's where everyone tried to control, pushy, pulling, manipulating. We're coming out of that, and now we were coming into the next energy, which I've been embodying for 30 years now. Actually, it's probably the way that it came into the planet. It's one of the things, if you're an empath or if you're a light worker, if you've been kind of, you've gone through narcissist abuse, it's because you have this energy that they want, but they can't do it because they're not willing to let go. So when I first teach these teachings to my clients during the sessions and course, etc., they don't get it right away. It is, how to explain this? It's a concept that is, and I don't know, it's kind of, it's hard to describe. It's hard, it's because you can't really put it into words. You have to just do it. I teach you techniques and steps on how to get there, but the final step is something you have to do. I'll explain it. I've already said it in this video probably 5 times. It's completely and totally letting go. So here's the third form. The third form is when you don't push and you don't pull. You let go both ropes. You're completely neutral. And this is why people tend to kind of stare at me. They kind of stop, they pause, they look. And Again, it's not that I'm different in the sense of, oh, I'm special. No, it's because I learned how to be neutral, because it's very respectful of others. Now, I don't mean respect in the way that most people are, external respect, egotistical. It's not that at all. In fact, that's what you let go of. Instead of having your energy and or awareness on someone, it's about allowing your energy to expand into the space around you. So it really has nothing to do with them. What you're doing is you're respecting their space by being within your space and having your awareness in the space around you, versus going onto their body or into their eyes, which most men do. They look into a woman's eyes, and men are like, well, isn't that what women want? No, they don't want you to laser beam them. So that's another subject I'm not going to get into right now. But the funny thing is, this course, this technique, teaches you how to come out of that laser beam and put you into the space. So one thing Anne noticed is a lot of people is they kind of freeze. It's almost like they're stunned for about 5 to 10, sometimes 20 seconds. We went to a restaurant about, I think it was like 10 days ago or whenever it was. And she's like, why is everyone staring at you? I'm like, I don't know. It's the first time I've been here. So it's just the energy is different. And here's the deal. They're not consciously staring at me. It's their unconscious mind. It's not even that. It's their energy that is tuning into me going, what is this? Because they've never experienced neutral energy, or it's kind of something that they may have experienced one time in their life, but it's kind of went past them. See, if all you know is push or pull, well, that's arguing and fighting and pushing and pulling. And this is what causes people to argue and fight for absolutely no other reason, because it's like people, it's a very unconscious, I want to say it's even beneath that. It's an energetic thing where this is how we interact energetically. We push, we pull, we yell, we scream, we cry. It's all over the place. And most people have no idea why they're doing it. It's just they feel this thing inside them. It's literally like, well, this is how I connect with people. This is how I communicate to people. This is how I interact with people. I'm not saying that people consciously think this, but if they were to really get down to the root, like, man, there's like, I don't know any better. I don't know anything else other than push and pull. So when someone comes in the room where, oh, you can't push this person, they have no holes to push your energy into, and they have no ropes to pull, and it's like, well, it's not even, well, what do I do? It's more like, what is this? Because what happens is when someone like that walks into a room, it expands everyone's energy into neutrality for a moment, because it's like they're tuning into your energy, and the minute they do that, they pop open. Now, for some people, I would say more than 50%, I probably, maybe 60, maybe 70%, I'm not sure. They really like that. And then all of a sudden they'll be super friendly. Here's what I really noticed with people is those people will be really friendly with me. But then the other people who are live in absolute fear, they hate me because they want to stay in control. And when they pop up, like, and it scares the crap out of them because they've got to be in control. They've got to be in control. And so now they're angry at me. So now for no reason at all other than me being neutral in my own space, in my own energy, in my own awareness of myself, of my space, they get really angry because it's like they can't push and they can't pull and they don't know how to deal with it. But the main thing is it really scares them, and okay, here's what it is, because on an energetic level, the moment they tune into my energy and they're like, well, wait a minute, what? Because they kind of push and pull and like, wait, what's going on? It's like, okay, you know how you do that a lot of corporate businesses will do this in their like, they get the group together, their business office, and they go out to like a place in the mountains, and they hike and they bike and they do exercises, and they do a lot of trust games where they learn to trust each other, to rely on each other. And one of them is they touch their hands together above their heads like a pyramid or a triangle, and their feet go wider and wider and wider, and they can really, like, as long as you're pushing on each other, you can stay up. But if one of them lets go and pulls their hands away, the other one falls flat on their face. So this is what happens to those people that are very pushy. They try to push their energy into me, and there's no resistance. There's nothing pushing back. There's no wall. There's nothing. And they fall forward, and when they fall forward, zoop, they open up. So here's the thing is like if you actually meet me in person, you'd be like, wow, this guy's a really soft person. It's funny because it's like, here's the thing, Anne made the mistake of when she first met me, like, oh, you're so naive, you're so this, you're so that. And the second time we met, she's like, wow, you look like a really tough dude. So we're back to this, because here's the funny thing. It says, God hides lions in sheep or something like that. Let's get to the end here. Hold on. So God likes to hide lions inside lambs. The reason being, it's not necessarily that he's hiding you. It's that you just are a very soft person, or you become this very, very soft, open, warm person. And the funny thing is, that's where your power comes from. Your power comes from your emotions and your feelings. And that, for a lot of people, surprises people. It's like, that's where, I call it the fuel inside your Ferrari. If you don't have any fuel, that Ferrari's not going to go anywhere, no matter how logical it is. You have to have emotion, and emotion is fuel. Bruce Lee's famous for making a clip where he's teaching this younger kid how to fight, and he goes, kick me, and the kid kind of kicks at him, and Bruce Lee goes, what was that? He goes, we need emotional content. And it's like, okay, when I was younger, I was like, what the hell does that mean? And the kid kicks again, and Bruce Lee goes, what was that? He goes, emotions, not anger, emotions. He goes, try again. And then the kid did it better. He kicked him once, kicked him twice, and Bruce Lee, and you hear like the crack. And Bruce Lee goes, good. He goes, how did that feel? Now, one of the things you'll hear a lot of when people talk about narcissists is they underestimated you. They misjudged you because they thought you were weak. They thought you were stupid because you were kind, you were polite, it wasn't your actions or your words. It was more so your energy. You just had this really, really nice, comforting energy. And the funny thing is, that's the whole reason why they pulled you in. This is why they came after you, because, wow, that feels good. It's like most narcissists want their mommy. They want the love from the mommy, because most narcissist mothers didn't love them. So they're looking for someone to be their mommy, and at the same time, someone that they can hurt and take their anger out on, etc., etc. So they're like, oh, wow, this is nice and soft. And they think, oh, well, this is a weak person that I can abuse. And then they push you too far, and you finally is like, hey, that's it, I've had it. And you stand up for yourself, and they're like, whoa, like, you don't normally do that. And then they kind of go, okay, they normally back down, so I'm gonna get louder, I'm gonna get more aggressive. And then you bark at them again, hey, knock it off. And they're like, whoa, what's going on here, man? And so what ends up happening is, like, you walk away, you block them, or you tell them to F off, or whatever. And they finally go, whoa, I didn't think this person had that in them. So they really, really highly underestimate you. And it's because of your emotions. They think that emotions are weak, but the problem is, if you don't have emotions, you have no fuel. If you have no fuel, you have no power. The engine needs fuel, and emotions are fuel. So when you finally go emotional on them, they're like, whoa, like they had no idea how powerful you were. So the technical term is when an empath goes supernova. What it is, it's when you finally let off the brake and you just let your emotions go and you take it out on the narcissist, and like, whoa, like they never saw that side because they only saw the soft side of emotions. Well, it's like a car, you're pushing on the gas pedal. As long as you're on a nice smooth road, it's nice, but the minute you kind of hit it, you go, ram into something, you can feel the power. So here's the thing about it, is this energy that I'm talking about is the nurturing, healing energy. So I don't know if it was 5 months ago or 6 months ago or what, but I made a video where I said, because it's something that I really became conscious of over the last probably 2 or 3 years, my energy is really, really soft. It's kind of like the opposite of a narcissist. So a narcissist, they have to hide, they have to wear this mask, they got to be an actor, an actress. and so they have to hide their anger inside, whereas with me it's the other way around. It's like I'm really soft because this is who I really am. On the inside is an incredible strength. So it's like being soft outside everywhere you go, and it's a very comforting energy. And on the inside, there's that strength that comes from the softness. And people, it is something that for most people is, I don't know if I want to say mind-blowing, but it's something they don't understand. It doesn't make sense until they see it. And this is why narcissists always kind of get caught in their own trap, because they're like, oh, this is a soft person. They're very kind. They're very nice. And it's not just that, but your energy is very soft. It's warm. It's welcoming. It's comforting. It's just really, really nice to feel, to be around. So then they start to push, thinking, oh, I'm going to mess with this person. I'm going to take my hurt, my anger out on them, until the empath goes, wait, what? Here's the best way to try to explain what I'm saying. It's like I'm a very nice person. A lot of people, if they're not respectful people, they will, what's the word I'm looking, they'll in their mind think, well, I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to be a jerk. I'm going to be mean to this guy. I can push this guy around. These are very low-level, egotistical people who don't have any self-respect, and they, what's the word I'm looking for? They're cowards. They're living in fear. That's what I'm trying to say. And so in order to feel good about themselves, they got to make someone feel bad. And I kind of give them a double take, like, oh yeah, I think you're misunderstanding what's going on here. My kindness is not weakness in any way, shape, or form. Now right there, I re-listened to that last bit. Did you notice, could you feel the power in my voice without me even really trying? So it always shocks the living crap out of them, like, whoa, shit, like I just messed with a rattlesnake. It's like, yeah, I get that rattlesnakes are beautiful, but you really should leave them alone. So here is where the video originally got inspired, here's the message I want to send to you guys. It is really, really important for you to be gentle with yourself, to be kind with yourself, because here's the thing. It'll allow you to connect more and more with yourself, with more parts. So the more your parts begin to come back home and integrate, you get more of your energy, which means you gain more of your power. And you really start to feel good. Like you feel, I don't even want to say feel good about yourself, because it's kind of almost like I don't know, it's like you just start to feel good inside, which technically it makes you feel good about yourself. It's like, but I don't like to say that part because it almost takes you out of yourself. So when you start to feel really, really good inside, people begin to notice that, because it's not coming from, oh, I need your attention, I need you to approve of me, or I need this from you. And see, that's what everyone's doing. I'm telling you, if you just stop, if you can truly find that neutrality and go sit somewhere in public and watch how people interact, everyone is trying to push people, cajole, which means to push, or pull, and they pull people, manipulate people to get compliments out of them, to get a nod, a look, certain energy, attention. Whereas when you're in your own space, your own world, you're just neutral. People, it's like, it's the greatest way of showing respect to another human being. You bring your own energy inside you by bringing your awareness and love inside you. Wherever your awareness goes is where your energy follows. If you put your energy inside you, your own energy goes inside you, and that's where it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be going across the room into someone's space in the bubble around them, or into their body. It's supposed to be inside you, and that's how you respect others. But the word respect, it's the wrong word. It's better than that. It's you're just allowing, you're just noticing, you're just aware of yourself, you're aware of your feelings, you're aware of the energy around you. And that makes people feel really good. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't have a word for that. And there's something, and here's another word I don't like to use. I want to use the word power, because you gain a sense of social power without doing anything. And there's got to be a better word than that. And I'm just going to say this. You just make people, again, you don't make them feel good. They begin to feel good on their own without you doing anything to them. And that is what this video is about. You begin to fully and completely recognize someone in this open space. And without doing an ego game, like, oh, you're so this and you're like, you don't do any of that. In fact, most times you don't even say a word. Your energy, it's like you're meeting them with your energy, the fullness of who you are. And that energy is meeting the other person's energy to the fullness of who they are. And without words, it's like on an energetic level, I don't like using this word respect because most people, it's an egotistical thing. It's like people love it when you're aware of them, when you notice them fully and completely. Now, this is different than putting your attention on them. It's not about doing that. It's almost like the opposite of that. It's like bringing your awareness back to you so you can receive them fully and completely. It's almost like your energy is fully engaging with their energy. It's like opening up to the space and energy all around them. So now you're aware of all of them, including their energy. Most people don't do that. They have this very, very narrow connection with people, which really isn't who they are. It's a small, tiny part of who they are. Okay, visually this is a really good example of what I mean. This is how most people connect, either forehead to forehead, throat chakra to throat chakra, heart to heart, and sometimes solar plexus to solar plexus. So generally it's from forehead to forehead or eye to eye, which is not healthy at all. This is toxic. Now this is more of what I mean. It's like you're basically tuning into your energy. It's like a submarine, and therefore you can receive all the energy that's around you. Okay, I've got another way of explaining it. It's like allowing them to be completely and fully in their own energy. Most people don't let people do this. They connect forehead to forehead. It's like a control thing. It's a lock-on thing. It's a manipulation thing. When you completely allow people to be in their own space, they open right up. So most people connect horizontally, like forehead to forehead, heart to heart. This causes a tug of war. I call this the slave master mentality because this is what caused people to enslave other people to take from their energy. Okay? So here's what I want you to imagine. Let go of that. Be like the last image where they had their energy around them, right? Like two big bubbles of energy around them. Okay. Now what I want you to do, so instead of, imagine there's a bunch of people walking around, we'll call this a planet, okay? We'll say this is Earth. And instead of connecting from forehead to forehead, they drop that awareness down into the center of the Earth. And they connect with each other on the center. Therefore, they can walk around up here all the way around the planet freely, without any control, any tug of war. So we're connected energetically, emotionally in the middle of the planet, which is what we call dropping your cord, dropping your root energy cord down into the earth. This is one of the techniques that I teach when I work with people. And when you get really good at this, you feel free. You walk around happy and you're free, and people start looking at you like, hey, something's different over here. Because instead of you pulling a rope, and this is what everyone's doing, they are pulling against each other. It's like a tug of war, literally. And you just see. Here's the thing: when you open up to the neutral way, you will see everyone doing that tug of war, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting getting mad at people for no reason, and you're in a bad mood. You take it out on a total stranger. It is just a really weird, unhealthy way of going through life. So when you let go of other people and you bring your awareness inside and drop it down into the core of the earth, here's the really interesting thing. People around you will do it unconsciously the minute they tune into your energy. So they're going to do one of two things. They're going to feel like, wow, I feel so loose. I feel so free around this person. Most people will very much like it, and they will very much like you. But you're going to get 1 out of 10, not even 2. I don't even think it's 1 out of 10. It's probably 1 out of 20 or 1 out of like 30 or 40. Some people are not going to like it. They're going to be like, well, I can't interact with you the way that I know how to interact. And not only that, on an energetic level, they're not aware of this consciously unless they're trained in this, which most people aren't. They, on an energetic level, their energy goes, hey, whoa, wait a minute. Well, the people in the room are shifting. And what happens is now they're like, I can't interact with these people because they're in this open energy and they're not going to want to reconnect. It's not even that. Their energy tries to reconnect, but they're like looking at that person like, get away. And that's when they start getting upset. That's when they start getting pissed. So here's another factor is when you walk into a room, let's say some guy, a narcissist, is on a date with a female. It could be the other way around. But let's say it's the guy and you walk in the room and all of a sudden his date opens back up. Now this narcissist has worked very, very hard to close this empath down, to put him on forehead to forehead lockdown tug of war. And you walk in the room and they pop open, they start to look at you and they start to stare at you. And that narcissist gets pissed off because you just set this person free. And it's those moments when they begin to look at the narcissist when they're open and they see the narcissist for what they are, for who they are, versus this illusion that was put in their mind by the narcissist. It's those moments that will cause an empath to start to go, wait a minute, what am I doing with this person? So let's kind of wrap this up. So the number one key, you have to start being kind to yourself. You have to speak well of yourself. Speak well of those parts of you, even the ones that might be dark. In fact, most parts are dark. The way they heal is only when you begin to love them. If you don't love them, they'll never heal. Then they'll never come into the light and reintegrate with you. So the number one thing is you have to speak well of yourself, and really more importantly, be soft with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. I remember years ago, decades, energy healers would go, Michael, you've got to be kind to yourself. I'm like, no, I'm better than this. And I was so hard on myself. There was no kindness. And what happens is it causes your unconscious mind to separate from you. It causes your inner self, your inner being, to not connect with you. Therefore, your left and right brain are disconnected. Your power comes from you connecting with yourself. If you're not connected, you don't have any power. In yourself, your inner core being, your unconscious parts will not open back up to you while you're being harsh on them. In fact, it's going to take a while. That's what a lot of people think. Well, I did it, for like an hour, Mike. An hour? You're going to have to do it for months, even years. But it is worth it. It'll change your whole life. You will start to find your happiness. This is the way that you find your happiness, is by having fun with yourself, laughing with yourself, loving yourself, being gentle, being kind. Here's another part of this technique that I do, so we'll call this part 2. When I'm hurt emotionally or scared or in a fear state, I will go into bed or a couch, or sometimes I'll sit in my car, or like today I went to the park and laid in the grass. The grass is beautiful, it's thick, it's lush. And I just brought my awareness inside, and I had an open awareness of that part of me that was tight, say my forehead, say my heart. So when you get hurt, things tend to tighten up. Well, you bring your awareness to them, but you do it in an open, expanded way, so you give it space, you create space for it, and you just be there with it. You don't, again, it's like with people, you don't push your energy over there into them. You just have an open awareness of it. It's like engaging with it, having an awareness of it, at the same time allowing it to be in its own space. Here's the funny thing. The better you get at doing this with yourself, all of a sudden you start doing it unconsciously out in public with other people. It's as simple as this, is if you can't learn how to do it with yourself, you can't do it with other people. This is why it's so important to learn how to love yourself, because until you learn how to love yourself, you can't truly love another person. It's not physically possible. And this is why self-love is so powerful. powerful, why it's so transforming for the planet, for the world, for humans around you. So Ann and I went into this store. I had my bicycle, and so I said, hey, can I bring it in? And this guy said, yeah. Now, he actually didn't work for the store. He worked for this water company. They had all these bottles up against the wall, and I put my bike kind of up against it. I looked at his shirt. I'm like, oh, this is like your business. He goes, well, it's a company I work for. I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. Let me move on. He goes, no, it's okay. And the thing about it was, Ann noticed like there was this interaction where he just kind of stared at me. And it was in an open way. And it was because the way I was present with him. I'm not going to explain the whole interaction, but his energy, his face kind of froze in almost in awe. That's not the right word. It was like because my self-love, it like allowed him to feel his own love. I want to find a better word, but there was a level of respect between us without doing anything. There was a level of, and respect isn't the right word. Appreciation is probably a better word. There was this golden appreciation, this golden, almost like a moment of honor, but not egotistical honor. It's like this heart-based honor is probably not the right word. It's just, there was this level of appreciation. The funny thing is, this pink moon is expressing it. It's open, it's expansive, it's love, it's just goodness. So remember this, one of the most loving things you can do is when you're hurting emotionally is to curl up in bed, curl up on a couch, in a park, and just be with yourself. Be with those parts. Don't tell them to be happy. Don't change them. Allow them to hurt. Allow them to feel the pain. Allow it to cry. Whatever it needs to do. Your job is just to be there in an open, spacious way. So although this sounds wonderful, one thing I want to emphasize is these are the teachings and the techniques that I use to teach you how to enter this space. I do this in one-on-one coaching, small groups, and also in Crack the Female Code, my course for men, to help them understand and relate and communicate better with women, and to create a better emotional experience between the two of you. Okay guys, I hope this video helped you to feel at least a little bit better. I hope this video brought something to you that can help you and impact you in your life in a very good way. Alright, that's it guys for this video. If you like this video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and if you want, you can go ahead and make a donation. That would very much help out this channel at this point in this channel's history. That's it. If you want to make a comment, go ahead and leave a comment, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you guys.